Okay, I think we're going again, I believe. There's one person in the chat. Let me just check here. Okay, I guess the chat's working. Okay. Okay. I guess no one's at the chat at the moment. Um all right. Yeah, sorry if this is starting a little later than I thought. I'm a few minutes late. It's just I was on the phone with my dad for a minute. So let's see. Oh, hello again. Oh, hey Adrian. I believe I saw you in the in the Blu-ray video. Anyway, well, okay, we got one person here at least. So whoop, I need to put that down so y'all can see the timer behind me. So yes, here we have to another live stream, another watch along, and this time we're doing a David Lynch movie because, as many of you know, early this year we lost the late and great David Lynch, one of the most highly acclaimed directors out there, who is known for making some pretty surreal and insane films. And I figure we would do watch alongs of his entire filmography, both his movies and his shows. Starting off with the movie that started it all, being Eraserhead. And I've seen this movie once, but it's been a long time, so my memory is pretty vague. I just remember it being very weird, but that's to be expected for Lynch. So this will be a refresher on mine. So I already have the movie going. If y'all don't have a physical copy of this movie on Blu-ray or DVD, whatever, the full movie is on the Internet Archive. You can watch it there, and they have the Criterion version. So if you want to go ahead and get that ready, I don't think it's on Netflix. So yeah, or if you have the Criterion channel, that could work too. But yeah, like I said, um, I know this is the Misfit Pawn's favorite movie, favorite Lynch movie, I believe. So if he's watching this by any chance, then this is for you, buddy. So yeah, if you're ready, if you have your copy of the movie, I guess we can go ahead and get started. Um, we can go and get started. Let me just wait 1 second. Okay, all right. I guess we'll go ahead and get started with the film then. So on the this is an hour and a half long. So okay, and we'll get if you're ready. If you have your copy of the film, ready in three, two, one, go. All right, so just got the Criterion logo showing. Absurda. I mean, that definitely it describes this movie, if my memory serves me right, because it's a pretty insane film. David Lynch presents Eraserhead. As of right now, it's just looking like an episode of The Twilight Zone. That could be a fun show we do watch alongs of in the future, maybe. Just trying to come up with ideas for future watch alongs. Okay, so far not much is happening, just the guy drifting in space. Like I said, I haven't seen this film in years, so it's my memory's vague. I just there's only a few key scenes that stick to my mind. So yeah, so far we only have one person on the. I guess we have only one person viewing this right now. Again, like I said, this watch on the channel is new, so it might take a little time for us to get more people. I would love for us to have like a lot of people come sometime soon, hopefully, but we'll see. Okay, we're just still orbiting into space. I just remember, yeah, I guess the first portion of this movie, there's not a lot of dialogue. It's just kind of, you know, let me turn this down a little. It's kind of loud. That's okay. And I guess now we're in his house, his really, really dark house. Sorry if I don't have much to say. It's just there's not a whole lot happening. I mean, I guess there's stuff happening, but it's, you know, just some trippy imagery. And I guess there's no one on the stream, right? Hmm. And there's a white cotton ball in the sky, I guess, or space, wherever we are. Hmm. Have you ever heard of Spectrobes? It's basically Disney's answer to Pokemon. I think I've heard the name. I've never played it though, so I don't know. I will say this guy's got quite the impressive haircut. Hmm. Got a bit of Chex Mix stuck in my gum. Yeah, I guess I remember correctly. The first like 5 to 10 minutes of this film. I mean, we're already like what almost 8 minutes, and there hasn't been any lines of dialogue. So, but I think this is how I guess. I guess something I've always noticed with some of these types of filmmakers is that their first films tend to be black and white. You know, like how Christopher Nolan's first movie was in black and white, following, or Martin Scorsese's first movie, Who's That Knocking on My Door, was also black and white. I guess that was a thing. It was like a budgetary thing, I guess. Like they were working a low budget, so that's how they started in their film career. I wonder if Tim Burton was influenced by David Lynch in any way, because this sort of reminds me of some of Tim Burton's older films for some reason. Maybe it's the abstractness of it. Okay, we're now 10 minutes in, and there still hasn't been a line of dialogue. Yeah, it's that kind of movie. Oop, looks like the lights are going out. I guess this guy lives in a land where everything is black and white. Oh, finally, words. Well, at least we know our main character's named Henry. We know that much. Again, sorry if I'm not saying much. It's that there's not a lot happening at the moment. I mean, I guess he's just in his apartment listening to music. I mean, I guess I would have say more to say if more people would start chatting in the um, chat box, but so far we got no one talking right now. So, um, yeah, that's the thing with David Lynch. He's one of those directors that's known for films, making films that really won't appeal to everyone for the most part, as films like this are meant for really are made for more people who are into analyzing movies and dissecting what their meaning is. So it's essentially like an art house film, kind of. Also, this movie is often labeled as a horror movie, and I do remember there are some horrific scenes or images in this film, but so sounds like it's gonna burst. Um, yeah. Okay, you only have okay. You ripped a photo in half. What's the meaning behind that? So, how are you all doing today? It's or at least to the one person that's watching this. Like I said, I had today off. In fact, I have a good chunk of this week off because of my job. It's yeah, I don't know what's going on there. They've been cutting our hours a lot lately. So I just figure with the time I have this week, I would use take this opportunity to get as many of these watch alongs out as possible. Like I don't know how often I'll do these. I don't think I'll be able to do them every day, but at least once every other day. Like so, I like to try to get quite a few throughout this week since I got quite a bit of free time. So where the heck does this guy live? It's with all this Chicago. I don't know. Okay, and we're down to zero again. Yeah, so far these first couple streams aren't turning out as well as I hope so. But again, I don't have a lot of subs at the moment, so I guess that's to be expected for a first couple streams. The way that guy uttered that line of dialogue sounded weird. Question: Who's your favorite villain in Code Geass aside from Lelouch? To be honest, I am very behind it. I haven't watched Code Geass in a long time, and it's a show I haven't even finished yet. So who knows? Maybe we could do a watch along of Code Geass in the future. But based on memory, I thought Mao was a pretty entertaining villain. So there's that. But yeah, like I said, it's one of those animes I've been meaning to get back to. So, but yeah, that's a concerning sound. Got rats in your house? Oh no, no, it's just some puppies suckling their mom. Sound like rats. Well, this is an awkward conversation, wouldn't you say? I guess this is how it is for some people when they introduce their lover to their parents. Okay. Chicken's always good. Can I just say the actor that plays Henry doesn't have the best performance? Unless that's intentional. I don't know. Just stretch my leg a little. Those are some really noisy puppies. Let me try something. Sorry, folks. Just trying to. Let's see. Can you see it now? Yeah, I'm just trying to. My knee is hurting because I'm sitting Indian style, so I'm just lying down now to. All right. So okay, I think I feel a little better now. Let's see. Can I just lay that there, maybe, or no? Can you hear me? All right. Um, there should be fine there, I think. There, let's just placing my mic down. Granny doesn't look enthusiastic of smoking, I guess. That's a strange looking Google clock. Oh yeah, I think I do remember this scene. It's very interesting to say the least. Yeah, since you're the man honor, you cut this teeny tiny little chicken. Okay. Guess these people are poor then? Ugh. It's bleeding and moving, so I guess it's not dead somehow. And they're not phased by it. Okay, I don't know what this woman's promise. Okay, don't know what all that was about, but then again, I feel like I'm going to be saying that a lot throughout this movie. So, watched the game last night? Well, this is awkward. Done with your fit, mother? Uh oh, Henry, what did you do? You didn't cut the chicken properly. You want me to fix your lamp? Okay, be blunt about it, why don't you? Okay, personal space, mother-in-law. Double assault one. This whole environment has just gotten really cold, Father. So they have a premature baby. Have you ever seen the G.I. Joe live action movies? Yes, I have, and they were terrible. Okay, they were really ugly babies. It's like a cross between E.T. and a hagfish. I don't know. I wonder if Jan's Schwackenmeer, the director of Alice, when he made Little Otik, I wonder if he was inspired from this movie to make that film. Considering they both have things about mothers who care for really ugly looking deformed babies. And we're back to walking along the streets now. If I start dozing off, it's not because I'm bored of the movie or anything. It's just I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. So I can sorry if I'm not saying much. It's just that there's not a whole lot happening. Which again, I guess that's kind of the theme of this film. It's more of just. I mean, I guess the idea of this movie is supposed to like show the mundane daily life of a married couple. I guess the difference is their baby is like super deformed. I guess. I just know this film does get more strange as it progresses. I know. All I'm saying is that this baby looks like it hates its own existence. Like looks like it's in constant pain or something. Which again, I think that's kind of the point. You waited, woman. You waited this long to acknowledge me. Surprised the neighbors aren't complaining with this baby crying and then questioning its existence. Yeah, this stream is not off to a great start. 30. We're like almost 38 minutes into the movie, and there's only been one person and four comments so far. But again, I mean, I know this is my first day of doing the watch along, so I can't expect a lot, I guess. But it's not like YMS who gets like bunches of people on the chat, and so maybe it'll just take me a while to get more people. The joys of marriage and parenthood. I mean, I personally wouldn't know. I don't. I'm not in a relationship with anyone, and I um, don't have any experience raising kids. So how would I know? Maybe it is in constant pain. Maybe that's why it's constant crying. But I mean, when you look at it, it definitely looks that way. A little harsh, aren't you, there, Mom? And she just up and leaves. But, hold on a second. Uh, yeah. Okay. All right. Uh, Sorry about that. A friend of my mom has stopped by. Had to here to help with our horses. Let's see. Let's see. Is this thing still on? Yeah, it's still on. All right. Let's bring 1.39. How is it? Okay. All right. All right. Let's start back to where we were. Oh. Okay. Close enough. All right. What the heck is she doing now? Well, I don't get the feeling that's how a lot of first-time mothers behave. They just up and chuck a ban their baby and their husbands and expect the husband to do all the work. No wonder why a lot of men are afraid to get married. Oh, now it decides to sleep, and once it does, it's raining. Ever played Devil May Cry, Mortal Kombat, or Assassin's Creed? No, I haven't played any of those. I'm not much of a gamer. There's some games I played, but not much. But he gave the, I guess he put a thermometer in the baby's mouth. I wasn't sure what that, what's he put in. Okay, yeah, it was a thermometer. Okay. Okay then. Took you that long to figure that out, buddy? Okay, we don't know what they put him in. Yeah, this thing really does look like it's a constant state of agony and pain. Only now does it start crying. You're just about to head out the door, and you. Mm. Why does this make me? Why does this? I don't know why, but I'm watching something like this. I feel like I'm watching a Charlie Chaplin film if it was directed by Lars von Trier. I don't know why that crossed my mind. I wonder how they made this baby. It's. I mean, clearly that's a practical effect, so it's. I mean, it's impressive for 1977. So it's. Hmm. So I guess Henry's on vacation, but by vacation I mean he's stuck taking care of his deformed fetus of a child. I guess I don't know. And now we're on a stage show. Okay, what happened to you? What's with the orangutan face? I mean, that sounds awfully mean to anyone who might have a condition like that, but you know, it's just. I know this is like one of the other iconic scenes of this movie. And there just has to be an intestine on the floor. Nice. Ew. I imagine if this was in color, that would all be pink and red. Oh, the wife's back. Okay, that's good. Don't know what that scene with the woman in the deformed face, but I'll come back later. Yeah, don't do that. Get an infection. Can you still hear me? I hope. Let's see. Sorry, just testing to make sure the mic's still working. Okay, what now? Okay, then. Well, that happened again. I guess he pulled a couple of tapeworms out of her. Okay, that looks claymation. I can say I mean I know we're only well like half an hour away from this movie to be over, but I can definitely say this is a film that probably won't appeal to everyone because the movie clearly doesn't rely on a lot of dialogue. It's more just the visuals, which I mean that's not a bad thing. There are plenty of great movies that do that. I will say it is a very surreal. It is a surreal and strange looking film. I will say. It's just that at times I will admit the pacing is a bit slow, which is weird because movie is only an hour and a half, and yet the pacing, which again, maybe that's the point, maybe that's the intent to try to get this uncomfortable atmosphere of these two or this guy who struggling to maintain a good relationship with his wife and his deformed kid. Which I guess that's the point. I don't know. I'm sure there's someone on YouTube. There's probably plenty of people on YouTube made like analytic videos on this film and its deeper meaning. Hmm. Probably take another break after the stream is over before we get to the next thing. Who's this woman? Ooh. Okay, don't know why you have to take that such a long pause to say that. I mean, although I guess that's the thing for a lot of people in this universe. Okay. And the baby's crying again. Yeah, this is not doing it well. This is the Snow White one. Snow White had more people talking. By more people, I only had one person as well talk. But I'm gonna take a wild guess. Say my Disney watch ons are gonna be more draw more attention than the David Lynch ones, but or any other live action films like this. We'll see. We only have less than half an hour left, so dude, don't fall into the trap. Okay, just abrupt with that question. Then why don't you? Okay then. I guess they're sinking into each other. Ooh, I had a hard time staying awake. Like I said, I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, but And back to the bony cheeked woman. Honestly, the thing with movies like this, they are clearly made as more as art house films and films that are meant to dissect and look into its deeper themes. Not really a film made for entertainment per se. I'm sure there's some people that find films like this entertaining. Like, I'm not saying I'm listen, I'm not saying I disliking the film or anything. Like, it's visually it's really interesting. It's unique. I will say that it's a very unique looking film. And a beam of light. Don't know what that was about. Again, sorry to keep dozing off. Again, it's like I said, I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, so this is my day off, so I don't have to worry about work. Yeah, just well, hello, and his head just came off, and body's still moving. Yeah, I think this is where the film really starts to get disturbing. I mean, it already was starting to get disturbing since that baby showed up, but more so. And now the baby's head pops up in Henry's body. Okay, then. The heck? Did that kid just take his head? Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's going on right now, but again, I'm sure a lot of this has some meaning behind it. Whew. For okay, I thought he was gonna point a gun at him for a second. A decapitated head. Want to buy it? And you're not phased about it, apparently. Like, is this a normal occurrence for you? And they're drilling into his head now. When did this become a Saw movie? Or well, this is long before Saw, but I don't know. Okay, what's again? What's all this about? Just no. So now we get the whole Eraserhead title into the. We see he works at a pencil factory, I guess. That was a weird line dub right there. Unless I just looked down for a millisecond. And now we got snow. Hmm. Now it's an empty bed, I guess. And Henry has his head back. Okay. I will say this: this movie does a pretty good job making you feel very uneasy and uncomfortable because you don't know what's it's going to throw at you next, or what's going to happen to our main character. So I guess Henry just spends most of his time in this apartment. I guess because that's pretty much what's happened through a good chunk of this film. Knocking, knocking. See, the Criterion comes with this really thick booklet. I'm sure this booklet goes more into what this film is behind. I guess I'll have to look through this someday and just understand what a lot of this means. And now the baby's laughing. I think I remember this scene. This is where it's really messed up, where he cuts open the baby, and by that I mean he opens the bandages, and then it's revealed that okay, we're not at the point yet. Okay, well we're getting close to it. That's good. Somebody find some. Yeah, it's good that someone finds something about all this funny. But imagine it's only a matter of time before Henry begins to snap. Well, yeah, I think after this I'm gonna have to take a break before we start the next one. And now that woman's with another man, but because of course she is. Okay. Okay. So I guess what this here is supposed to represent is he feels trapped in a marriage from a woman who doesn't really love him, and with a baby that is in constant pain and agony. I mean, I guess I don't know. Okay, here we get to this scene, the scene where he gets the scissors out and he cuts open the bandages, only to reveal something pretty disturbing. You're probably not gonna like what you're about to see. So I guess the bandages were literally part of his body or something, or is the idea the bandages grown so he's been stuck in there so long they become part of it? I'm not sure what's being implied here. Yeah, that's very unpleasant looking. I'm not even sure what I'm looking at here. And you killed your own baby. And now it's got pus coming out of it. I don't even know. Okay, did the thing get huge? Okay then. And we finally get that image, him with his crazy hair and just, you know, what looks like a egg coconut thing breaking. I'm not sure. Okay, I guess that's it. Um, yeah, let me sit back up real quick. So that was David Lynch's Eraserhead. Yeah, it's something. It's about as strange as I remember it being. You'll see that. Um, I will say, like I said earlier, this is a film that would not appeal to everyone because it's very out there. It's not dialogue heavy. In fact, they kind of stopped using dialogue in the last good chunk of the film. Um, but I know this film was highly acclaimed by fans of Lynch, and even then, I've heard some people are very split on this film who are fans of Lynch. Like some say it's one of his best, some say it's one of his weaker ones. I'll need to see the rest of his films to compare, but as of now, I think it's pretty. It's it's out there. I'd say it's solid. It's definitely a visually striking film, and I get what it's trying to suggest. I think about the struggles one goes through when raising a child, especially when you have a partner that doesn't do anything. I guess I don't know. But yeah, I'm just letting the credits roll. Yeah, this was definitely not one of my better. I mean, of the two watch ons I've done today, this one did not do as well as my Snow White one. Even then, Snow White I also only had one person chat with, and this one person, but very few comments. So yeah, this day's already not turned out to be a very strong first for my watch on channel. But again, this is only the first day for the channel and only first couple. I'm sure the more of these I do and the more I grow, hopefully we'll get more people here and more will chat along. I hope. But but yeah. Um so yeah, to anyone who does end up watching this once I upload this to the channel, hopefully you enjoy this, even though didn't have a lot to say about this. Because honestly, I didn't know what to say. It's a Racerhead. That's what it is. It's definitely an out there movie. So once again, let's see, it's 3:07 where I'm at. I'm gonna take another break before we start the next one, and I think y'all will like the next one more. So I will see you all. I will see you. Watch along.